Hi guys, how are you today? Welcome to my channel. If you are the few people that have subscribed to my channel, thank you for coming back. If you are new here, please subscribe to my channel. Or if you have viewed my previous video and you did not subscribe, please can you subscribe to my channel? Like and share the videos. If you like the video, please like it and leave your comment below for anything that you want to let me know, or just give me heads up or something. And please also don't forget to hit the notification button so that whenever I upload, you'll be notified. Okay, in today's video we are doing part 2, even though the first video I did not say it's part 1, but obviously we did not finish that video is not finished, so we are doing part 2 of the first video that I do here. And if you are new, please make sure you go and watch my first video so that you can be able to understand where we're going right now. Otherwise you won't understand anything. Okay, so guys, without wasting much of your time, let's get into it. So the last time I ended where my then husband, who is my ex-husband today, had gone home to inform the parents about his wife. In the meantime, it was his second wife, because he was already married. And where he went home, he actually went home to his first wife, and then obviously visited the parents and things like that, of which I only came to know about that later. So a couple of days after he got home, the first time I had to speak to the first wife, to the wife at home, was when I phoned him, and he was not answering the phone, and then she answered the phone. And guys, you don't want to know the insults, because obviously she was told, because the way she spoke to me, it wasn't for someone who didn't know who she was talking to, because she didn't even get to ask me who I was, why I was phoning her husband. She just started throwing shade at me, and she insulted me. She called me a bee, she called me a homewrecker, she called me all sorts of insults that you can think of. And I was finished. I was done. I just imagine you're newly married and you're supposed to be in the honeymoon phase, and then you don't know that this man had a wife, and then the next minute you're thinking you're going to speak to your husband over the phone the next minute, because now you want to find out, oh, how did it go, babe, with the family and everyone. And the next minute somebody answers the phone and they're telling you that they're the first wife. It was bad, guys. It was bad. I was finished. I didn't even know what to do. But the funny part about the whole thing is, the thought of leaving him did not even hit my mind. I did not even think of, I can leave, I can go, I can, what, this man must just leave me alone or something. No. I stayed, guys. I stayed because, like I said before, I was desperate to get into a marriage, and I didn't want to just jump out of it, because the stigma was going to come back again. It was going to be worse. Oh, you saw what happened to her. She just went into a marriage culture. I wasn't thinking about myself. I was thinking about what the people are going to say, what my family is going to say to me, the whole stigma surrounding a woman who's married and came back and things like that. So I stayed. And also, I didn't want to be like a failure. I wanted it to work. I wanted to be that strong woman who, no matter what, I will make sure that the marriage works. And besides, I think one important thing in this whole thing is, as Muslims, polygamy is allowed. A man can actually be allowed to have up to 4 wives. So if I now had to give a reason of leaving based on that, then it means somehow I'm going against the teachings of the religion. So whichever way, I was in a situation where I had to stay. I could have left. I could have run for my life. because I think that could have been the best choice for me at that time, and that could have been the best decision I would have made for myself if I had left. That could have been the best decision that I would have made for myself, but I did not leave. Guys, I did not leave, I stayed. Okay, fast forward, he came back. No, I did spoke to his mom. She was not happy with the whole situation, but she didn't tell me to leave, neither did she tell me to stay. She just explained to me what the entire situation was all about, what was going on at home, and how people took the news and things like that. Okay, let's fast forward. He came back. Yes, of course, there was a fight. There was, exchanging of words, trying to understand why you didn't tell me and things like that. And since I already had made up my mind to say I'm staying, we came to a decision that I was staying, and I was a second wife. That was, yeah. And obviously being sweet talked, no, I don't even love her. She's just staying there because, my parents, they love her, and we've been, our lives have never been okay. And you know how they do things. You know what I'm talking about. Which obviously were lies, but I believed him at that particular time. And I felt pregnant before you left because I was going back. And we had a fight. Yeah, guys, it was not nice. Really, I don't want to lie to you. After all the discovering and everything, and then I had also discovered that he had a lot of escapades, women on Facebook, more than 10. I don't know whether it was love or not love, or I don't know whether he was flirting with them, but yeah, so it was not nice. So it actually started then, like the first month or second month of our marriage, things just started going south. And I had miscarriage then. He left. And it was like when he was not there, this is how now the marriage was, the whole setup where I'm happy when he's not around. Even people at work could actually pick it up that, you know what, he's gone, I'm happy. Every time he comes back, guys, there's always a story. If it's not a woman, it's just something else. It's him lying about something. And then the thing was, if then it's a woman, because now he started like when he doesn't sleep at home, then he lies, no, I went to this place to see this person and whatever. And then when I come to know that no, he didn't go to that place, he slept somewhere else, he went to see a woman or whatever who he met on Facebook, that's when physical abuse started. Because I remember the first day he slapped me, I phoned my cousin and I was crying. I was like, you know what? He slapped me. And she gave me the worst advice that an adult could give to, to a person who is in an abusive marriage, because this is where it started, No, she said to me, what? She said, no. It happens in every marriage, Just don't do things that he doesn't want. Don't push him to be upset to the point of lifting his hands on you. It's like, okay. Guys, that was the beginning of physical abuse. It all started there, and I got abused. Like, as long as he's around, I will go to work with a black eye, and then I would lie and say, you know what, something happened to me, my forehead is swollen, no, I hit the wall, and it went on, and I could not even tell my parents, because then I'm a failure, I want this marriage to work, and I also want to prove to that other woman that I'm not going to leave. Remember, I've got competition. And comes the time where I had to go home to go meet the family. That was drama. This woman just knew that I was at home. She came, she broke windows. This thing was official, but she just came and to my parents' house, because I went to my parents' house when I got home, so that he could come and fetch me so we can go to his parents' house. She broke windows. She just caused a scene. we actually ended up at the police, and eventually I dropped the charges because I mean, she had smaller kids, so I dropped the charges and I let it go. And then we had to go for the family meeting, and everything was sad, as in like, this is the family, he's got 2 wives now, both of you have to, like, you know what, take it in and live with it because this is what he wanted. And he was like, yes, I love both my wives. And yeah, guys, yes, I found myself in a polygamous marriage because I was desperate to get married. I did not look at all these things. It was polygamous marriage and it was abusive marriage. We came back and things just, I've never been happy in this marriage. That's the truth. I had my second miscarriage, and you see, with the second miscarriage, it was worse. I just came to know that I was pregnant, like a couple of weeks pregnant, right? And I just told him that, you know what, baby, we're pregnant or whatever. So I'm excited, because I wanted kids, so I'm excited and I'm happy and everything. And he decided not to sleep at home that night, and decided not to sleep at home. When he came back the following day, I'm asking him, why, you know, like, where were you and everything. Eventually his phone rang, and it's a woman. He did not answer the phone. Then a text came through, and one thing led to the other. I came to read the text, and it was that woman where he slept. I got upset and I'm asking, why are you doing this? And he beat me up. Guys, I can actually be able to talk about it now. I've healed. He beat me up, and you know, I was only holding my stomach. I was trying to protect the baby, and I kept telling him, stop, don't do this, you're hurting the child, you're hurting me. No, he did not stop. He did not stop. He carried on. And yeah, I think the following day, if I'm not mistaken here, I had a miscarriage. I had to go to the hospital, and he was not there again as well. I was alone. He only came after, you know. So it was hectic, guys. It was hectic. He was not the person that I thought he was. He is nice 1 minute, and the next minute he's like a different person. And it was always about women. It was always about women. And I kept asking him, don't you think you've got enough women now? You know, you've got me, you've got the first wife, and you're still looking for more. For what? No, he did not stop. We even get to a point, guys, where I had to get a protection order against him. After he beat me up bad. I couldn't walk, I couldn't do anything. And at this point, I had to tell my family. I had to tell my family because I was scared that one day I'll just be dead in that house. And I told my mother. She tried to speak to him. He was such a humble person when you look at him, and you wouldn't even tell or think that he would hurt a fly. So people would not believe me whenever I used to tell them that, guys, I am in trouble. No one would believe me until a point where he was beating me up and I'm phoning my mother, and as he's hitting me, I'm crying. That's when my mother came to know that, yes, this is happening. And they told me to leave. Guys, I did not leave. I did not leave. I stayed. Because now he was back full time, and we were like staying together now. So the stories were not ending. The stories were not ending. This guy abused me emotionally, physically, psychologically, you know, any form of abuse that you can think of. I came to a point where when I look in the mirror, I would not recognize the person that was like looking back at me. I became a shadow of myself. I lost my self-esteem. I was just like an object that is moving. I had to go to work because I had to go to work. I had to eat because I have to eat. Sleep because you must just sleep. It's safe to sleep. I could not do anything. But funny thing is, I was not leaving. I was not leaving. Fast forward, guys. He got a job outside town and he wanted me to move with him. And this was our second move now since he came back full time. So I said to him, you know what? I can't keep moving, because at that point I had taken my sister's child, my late sister's child, to stay with him, and this boy was going to school. So now I'm thinking of it. Just started school, I must transfer the child again and start moving. So I said to him, listen, go and see how it goes. In case you still want to move, let's have like a base where we know this is home. And you know, and then when we have like made up your mind, when you've made up your mind and say, you know what, yeah, now I really want, you know, this is, you know, this is it, then we can move. But for now, I cannot move. Guys, the first couple of months after his move, he could answer his phone, he could phone me, you know, like things were okay. I think 2-3 months down the line, I could not reach him. He could only reach me when you want to. And every time I want to visit, there was always an excuse. Or when I'm telling him I'm coming tomorrow, I find him that night. He comes. So I didn't think much of it. But then like 6 months now, I want to come and see where you're staying and everything. You keep pumping, and you know what, the next minute you are here and I can't get hold of you and things like that. I became a bit suspicious about the whole thing. And it so happened that I was pregnant at the time when I decided I need to go without telling him. You know, my feeling just told me no, go, without letting him know that you're coming. Okay, so like I was saying, so I had made up my mind to go, and I went. I did not tell him that I was going there. Went there, and obviously I got lost and everything, but eventually I got there. And yes, guys, I think you were thinking what I'm gonna tell you now. There was a woman there when I got there. He got married again, wife number 3, behind my back, and she was pregnant, and her mother was there. So that was my last straw. That was my last straw, and I didn't leave like that moment. I tried, because now I was thinking of the child, thinking of, you know, being pregnant alone and everything. And yeah, you know, when you're pregnant, your hormones and everything, it was so confusing. But yeah, that was it. That was the push, that was the drive. Because I think that the final push was when the baby came. And after the baby came, I think my mind came back to my senses, and I sat down. I think just 1 month, 2 months when the baby was born, I was like, no, I'm done. I can't do this, and I will not do this. I've went through a lot in this marriage. I've tried everything I went over and above what every woman would do. A normal person. I mean, actually, a normal person would have left. And guys, why I went through all this drama is because it all started with me being desperate, with me not checking and not looking and not seeing the red flag, the things that I was supposed to have seen in the beginning when I met this person. I fooled myself. I thought I was doing the right thing because I was too old. I was supposed to have been married at a certain age because culture demands that at a certain age you have to be married. And then after I got in, I stayed because also culture demands that a woman should not do 1, 2, 3, and a woman should stay even if it gets, hard and difficult, because you're a woman, you are born to be strong and you're born to hold a home. But guys, I have got marks on my body that reminds me of this marriage. I have been, the times when I've been traumatized, the times when this man brought a woman before all this who was his mother's age into the house, and he claimed to love her. There's times when women used to phone me and insult me on my phone, but I kept holding on. It does not pay. I could have died. And take it from me, if you see the red flags, run. It's not the end of the world. It isn't the end of the world. I've been fine, I've been okay. Ever since I left my marriage, my focus was the kids. And I had peace of mind, guys. I had peace of mind. And this is just my advice to whoever is in an abusive marriage, whoever is in a relationship where you're not sure about, please don't do something when you are not sure. And if the relationship or the marriage is abusive, please run for your life. It doesn't end. He will say, I am sorry today. He will hit you again tomorrow, and the day after tomorrow, and the day after tomorrow. I'm sorry today doesn't mean he's never going to do it. He will do it over and over and over again. Okay guys, we've come to the end of our video. Look out for more videos. This is not the end of everything. Like I said before, I'm here to talk about things that happens to people day to day, but based on my life experience. And please subscribe to this video and like and share and hit the notification button. Thank you so much guys for watching, because if you are here now till the end, it means you've watched the entire video. Thank you so much for watching.